Do you have roast beef or a coin slot? That's hectic.
Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hello. If you are returning, welcome back. Thank you so much for sticking around. I really appreciate you. So we're doing it. I have teaching aids. Get ready, okay? Because I've been hinting that I've been going through it for a little while, right? You know what's one thing that gets me through it when I'm going through it? Gossiping. And that's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be gossiping. We're going to be structured gossiping, but gossiping nonetheless, because today we are talking about the one and only Amberlynn Reid and the chaos that has been going on in Gorlworld, aka the community that surrounds Amberlynn Reid's channel. About a month ago or so, like it just exploded. We were due for a good drama explosion in Gorlworld, I feel, but like, wow, this one really... What started off as a story about Amberlynn's new girlfriend maybe having some ulterior motives turned into something way bigger, with way more recurrent, with way more characters, and just so much unfolded across so many different platforms and videos. So today, I am taking the liberty to make one comprehensive timeline of everything that has unfolded in about the last month and a half or so, just for your entertainment. So grab a crumble cookie and a buzzball and buckle in, because this is about to be a doozy of a video. Okay, so I just want to add a little precursor here saying that there's probably going to be some things that I miss, right? Because there's so many little details that came out over the course of this whole thing I don't think are like super important to the unfolding of everything, so I'm probably just going to leave them out. Because if I talked about every single thing that happened during this time, we'd be here for like 5 hours. And I know some of you love my long videos, but like, I don't feel like being here for 5 hours. First off, we have person 0, which is Amberlynn Reid, okay? Amberlynn. We have Amberlynn. She is the center of all of this drama, and I'm gonna move her up here, so she's always going to be here, okay? Okay, so while the majority of all of this drama kind of happened over the course of like the end of July, early August, I feel like it's important that we take a trip back in time to earlier this year, back to when Amberlynn introduced us verbally, never like actually, this person was never physically in a video, but to her new long distance girlfriend, who we will only know as Valentine. And she was first mentioned on her channel February 12th, 2024 is when we were first introduced to Valentine on Amberlynn's channel, okay? Valentine is only ever referred to Valentine during the time that she and Amberlynn are allegedly together on her channel, and she is referred to as Valentine because apparently Valentine asked Amberlynn to be her committed girlfriend on Valentine's Day 2024.
There is someone in my life that I would say is special in that way. We're not in a relationship though, so calm down. But I have been friends with this person since September, and we have become really good friends, and like the whole time crushing on each other. But we asked each other to be each other's Valentines, so that was like a cute thingy. So I'm going to be referring to her as my Valentine because I'm not going to say her name, just out of respect. But she is one of my very best friends, but we like, I was going to say low-key like each other, but it's high-key at this point.
Keep in mind, these two people had never met in person. It was solely long distance and over the phone, from Instagram, from DMs, all of that kind of stuff. During this time, we would also get mention of Alexis, Amberlynn's long distance best friend, who for a really long time would go to bat for Amber across various platforms, like on TikTok or other platforms, just defending her and all of that towards the haters that surround Amberlynn's channel.
And also something else that I want to talk about is I have a friend, and she said it's totally fine if I talk about this and like say her name and stuff. Her name is Alexis. I have been friends with her since summertime, and her and I have gotten really close, like best friend territory, like always talking on the phone. We're always there for each other. And a lot of people like assume that her and I were dating or are dating. No, that never happened. Her and I are literally just strictly friends. But there's like a lot of rumors going around that we're dating. I don't even know how y'all found her. We don't know, but I personally wanted to clear this up just because I don't want you guys thinking that she's my Valentine, because it's not her. And I know a lot of you are gonna be like, oh my god, this is just like Amberlynn lying so we don't find out like who it is. Like, no, Alexis is literally just like my best friend. She has been there for me through a lot recently, and I have been there for her through a lot, and we just like bonded and became really good friends, and we just vibe in that way.
April 17th, 2024 is when we finally get verbal confirmation from Amberlynn that she and Valentine were in a committed relationship.
There's something I have to tell you guys. You do have a little plant in your way. Let me move that. So Instagram kind of already knows this because things are revealed over there. So if you want to follow my Instagram, you definitely should. Look down in the description box. But if you guys remember this video, there is someone in my life that I would say is special in that way. I have been friends with this person since September, and we have become really good friends, and like the whole time crushing on each other. But we asked each other to be each other's Valentines, so that was like a cute thingy. And that video was actually filmed days before Valentine's Day actually was. But on Valentine's Day, Valentine asked me to be her girlfriend, and I did say yes, obviously. I've had a girlfriend for over 2 months now, and I've been in a relationship, and I've been happy. And I just didn't want to say anything like really in my vlogs yet. I just didn't feel like I needed to. I used to overshare. I used to like not have privacy. And it's just, as you get older, your brain works a little differently, and I've just learned sharing too much is not a good thing, especially right now. But I did want to let you guys know that I am in a relationship. That has been a question that you guys have been wondering, so I figured, you know what, yes, there's no longer single Lynn. So that's all I really want to say for now. Besides that, I'm really happy. I'm starting to like blush a little bit, not gonna lie. It just feels kind of wild to just like vocalize out loud on my YouTube channel that yes, I am in another relationship. Anyways, I don't want to like say too much, but you guys will learn more slowly but surely. But yeah, I just want to do it on my time, on her time, our time collectively. I want to be fair to her, fair to me, fair to us as a whole.
And over the course of their time together, Valentine would send Amber gifts, Amber would send Valentine gifts. One of the more notable gifts that Valentine would send Amberlynn was 1, a Star Wars themed expert Lego set, and 2, a photo of the moon phase, I believe, of the day that they became official.
You guys, literally stop what you're doing right now. I have the sweetest girlfriend. So she's randomly like, you have a package in your package room. And I was like, oh, I do? You guys. When I tell you, I wish I would have filmed my reaction. I wish you guys could see this in person. There's like a huge glare. I'm trying to get like a good angle to show you guys. But it says 2/14/24, the moon when we became one. I love you. This is babe.
Fast forward to June 28th, 2024, and we get a video from Amberlynn saying that she and Valentine had surprisingly broken up, okay?
But I am pretty sad about something, and a lot of you definitely have guessed it. God. I have an easier time admitting when like I fucked something up versus like the person that I was in love with fucking it up. So it's like, I just don't even want to like go there, discuss it, talk about it, because it's just like a lot. And I don't know, it's just easier to keep things like this off a line, but like so many of you have guessed it, and I'm just going to keep hurting privately, and I'm just gonna let it stay that way because I don't want to sit here and talk about it. I don't. So that's not what's gonna happen on this channel. So I just want to continue being happy, independent as I can be, and sticking to my weight loss.
Basically, then Amber posted another video talking more about what happened with Valentine and what was more of the reasoning why they broke up. And she said that Valentine had lied to her about a lot of stuff, and that it was actually scheduled that they were going to move in together in like a month from this being posted. August 1st was the day that they were scheduled to move in together. So put a pin in this for later because it comes back.
A real big one is, how did you guys meet? Did you guys meet in person? So she actually messaged me on Instagram back in September, and we always had like a flirty thing. We always had crushes on each other, and then it wasn't until I would say December, January, where my feelings started to get super deep while hers was already there. It took me a hot minute to get to that point, and then it was February 14th to be exact. She asked to be my girlfriend. And no, we never met in person, but we would video call every single day. So I knew like she wasn't a catfish, and I believed everything she told me. I knew that she loved me a lot, but there was a lot of things that she did lie to me about. This is where it's like, I mainly don't want to share these things because I'm embarrassed that I had someone who loved me that hard but would lie to me and betray me and do the things they did to me. Like, I just feel embarrassed to even admit it. So it's like, I don't even want to go there. But let's just say like she hurt me pretty bad, I'm not gonna lie. And the crazy part about this whole thing is that she was actually moving in with me August 1st. I know that's crazy, and I know there's still like a chunk of you who is like, Valentine wasn't even real. Valentine was very real. All of my closest friends knew about her. My mom had spoken to her. Like, Valentine was very, very real, and we were going to be living together. A lot of betrayal happened. She got super distant, and I knew what I deserved in my life and what I wanted in a partner. And I knew that, like, that was not it. So I broke up with her. It wasn't a situation where she, like, begged me not to do it or whatever, because I think at that point, like, she knew I deserved better and knew I deserved more. Knew I deserved someone who, like, didn't lie, cheat, betray, etc., etc. Like, it was really hard. But, like, looking back now, I don't regret being with her. I don't regret the time we shared together, but I do regret giving my all to someone who only gave me, like, half of themselves. And I don't ever want to put myself in a situation like that again, and I'm not going to.
Now we're moving on to July 8th, and enter Tommy, okay? She's right here. This is Tommy, okay? So, boom, July 8th, Amberlynn has a new girlfriend, Tommy. Her real name has since been found out to be Emily, but I'm just gonna refer to her as Tommy throughout the rest of this video because that's what the community calls her still. Like Valentine and Amberlynn, Tommy and Amberlynn also had not yet met in person, but they were still in a committed relationship via DMs and talking on the phone. This was also the first time where we'd see Amberlynn start calling this relationship, quote, a soft, gentle love, which she would literally not shut up about calling it throughout the rest of this whole thing. So prepare to hear that a lot if you go back and watch these videos for yourself.
Okay guys, so there's something that I want to tell you about. I know it's like really soon and sudden, like I understand that, but timelines are not a thing. And you guys know that with me. Like, you can know someone for years and years and not feel super close to them, and then know someone for like a couple days and instantly feel like a super strong connection. And I know there's a lot of people out there who relate to that. Literally just all about energy, connection, the way someone makes you feel, who they are as a person, and like, it's like when you know type thing. And I don't want to sit here and talk about my ex or anything like that, but I knew her for almost a year and never remotely felt like this. So that's how I know, like, timelines are a load of crap. There are such beautiful stories of people who like literally get married within a week of knowing each other and they stay together for 30 years plus. But then there's people who knew each other for 10 years, get married, and then they're only together for a year. It's just like, what? It just goes to show that, like, it's really just not a thing. And I'm over here just trying to make, like, rationalizations with you guys, because I feel like so many of you are going to be like, Amberlynn, what are you doing? But that's okay. This is my life. This is my story. This is just, you guys, I feel thoroughly so happy right now. I have a girlfriend. Yes, I do. And we're in a long distance relationship. I want to just, like, share this side of me. I'm not a secret. And I feel special, I feel loved, I feel important, I feel like a priority. Like, those aren't feelings that I've felt for a very long time. Like, I feel genuinely seen, like, as a person. We will be meeting in person, literally before this month is even over. A plane ticket bought, like, all planned out, and I am thoroughly so excited. Like, in the past, like, I see red flags in relationships. I have red flags. People have red flags. It's a thing. But when I would see the red flags, I would admit, like, oh, that is hardcore red flag, or oh, that's triggering my BPD, or oh wow, this relationship is making my mental illness actually worse. Like, I see these things, and it's like I get so like delusional in relationships where it's like I'm able to talk about these red flags and see them and whatever, but like I make excuses for them. With this relationship, I haven't seen a red flag. And I'm over here like, is that a red flag? That there is no red flags? See, that's just me like wanting to self-sabotage pretty much, because I'm not used to something that feels so like calm, like a soft love. And I strictly remember a couple months ago writing in my journal saying how bad I craved like a soft, gentle love. And it's something that like I haven't gotten to experience.
July 21st is when we meet Tom, or is when Amberlynn met Tommy, as far as I know. I will say that I believe a reel was posted before the YouTube video on Amberlynn's channel dropped, but it was deleted and then reposted for reasons we will get to in a second, don't worry. A reel was posted, I'll put that here.
My life was black and white before I met Sonia. She was the color.
After the reel was posted, that was kind of when all hell broke loose, surrounding Tommy and people finding out who she was. Literally like the catalyst to everything that we are about to talk about in the rest of this video. Because also Amberlynn posted a video not showing Tommy. The reel was really the only thing that showed Tommy, but she showed going out and doing things with Tommy because Tommy was visiting her.
Guys, I'm literally in a Jeep for the first time in my life. Oh my god, this actually goes down? I can't believe this is a thing right now.
Okay.
Ooh.
That's not bad.
At the bar drunk by.
I need to.
Why?
Because he's only 200.
I think it's a girl. She's got pink collar.
He's genuinely true.
Oh, with the pistachio?
He likes pistachio.
Okay guys, so she's currently in the shower and it's been a few days that she's been here and perfection. We have done so much since she's been here and it's just been like, honestly, it feels like a dream. Like I need to be pinched multiple times. My life is literally changing and it's gonna change even more. So I hope you guys are ready. Oh my goodness! Oh, that's good.
The first thing that I remember seeing was the fact that another creator online named Spanx Beluga, who is a very loud and proud XXL said that Tommy had been in her DMs as well, flirting with her, which like that wasn't alarming to me, if I'm being completely honest with you, because a lot of people when dating and stuff are talking to a lot of different people until they meet someone else or they make it official with you, you know what I mean? But more notably, internet sleuths did what internet sleuths do, and found out that Tommy had been with another woman, engaged, a fiance, not too soon before her and Amberlynn had started talking. And the catch was that Tommy's previous partner, fiance, had actually passed away due to weight-related complications, and that this partner and Tommy had actually been making content online. Now, this was alarming to Amberlynn's audience for like a multitude of reasons, right? I think firstly, like a lot of people always speculate that Amberlynn's new girlfriends are feeders truly because of Amberlynn's size, which I'm always kind of skeptical of like those allegations. I think there's a difference between having a preference and having a fetish, right? But the evidence with this one is pretty damning, if I do say so myself. I'm not gonna put the images here, but if you go like on Reddit or literally anywhere else where they talk about Gorlworld and stuff like that, they're there. Because I also feel like a lot of internet people dug way too deep into Tommy's deceased partner and like her history when she never asked to be a part of this, and she is no longer with us and can't come out and say anything. And so like she can't consent to being a part of this mess either. And so that's why I'm not going to put pictures or anything like that. Also worth mentioning is that Tommy's previous partner passed pretty soon before she and Amber got together. And so a lot of people have questioned and still are questioning if Tommy is in the right like headspace to enter into a new relationship. Also, other people in this community were worried because Spanx Beluga, the girl that we just mentioned earlier, is very successful in her like corner / side of the internet. A lot of people who watch Amberlynn are like concerned about the fact that Tommy, who is a relatively like fit young woman, may be like targeting super morbidly obese online influencers who seem to be doing well for themselves. There's nothing to corroborate that really, but it's just something that people have been concerned about. And it was also concerning because during the time that Amberlynn was with Valentine, she was taking Ozempic, having a lot of success with Ozempic, and then around the time that she and Tommy started dating, she all of a sudden went off of Ozempic, claiming that it didn't work for her anymore. And so that was also something that was a little bit sussy to people who watched Amberlynn, because say what you want about Amberlynn's community, right? I feel like there's a lot of people who do watch Amberlynn to hate her and like hate watch and whatever, but even if they're there for the mess, I feel like a lot of people who watch Amberlynn have an odd concern for her. I feel like oddly protective of her, especially with the new people that she lets into her life. And so people are very concerned that about all the new allegations surrounding Tommy and the very definitive proof that Tommy was / is a feeder. I want to take time here to say that like normally I am a very like positive, sex positive kind of gal. See literally a lot of my sponsors and partnerships that I do on this channel, right? But feminism has always just seemed a lot different to me. I know that in most cases, feederism is consensual, but which is important. But to me, I just like don't understand the like want or desire to feed your partner foods that will cause like literal physical harm to their body and make their life a lot harder. For like your own satisfaction and gratification, you know? I feel like this is probably a way more nuanced conversation than I'm having about it, but like, I just don't see how it can be fully consensual when one person is going to receive or is going to experience like detrimental side effects from it, and the other person is actively causing those. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? So there's that. But yeah, so there's lots of evidence online proving that Tommy and her ex-fiance made feeding content online. So all of this started coming out around like July 24th-ish. So on July 25th, Amberlynn posted a video on her channel addressing some of the rumors. Amberlynn seems very emotional in this video, and she looks like she's been doing her fair share of crying. And this was also kind of a classic like Amberlynn lecturing her audience video. In this video, Amberlynn denies that Tommy is a feeder and that she and all of her other girlfriends just have had a specific type. And she also said that Tommy paid for most of what they did when she came to visit Amberlynn. And Amberlynn also said that she didn't have an issue with Tommy messaging other women online before they became like official, which I think makes sense.
As you guys know, I met my girlfriend in person, and like, for the lack of a better word, like, it was just magical, like truly magical, and I haven't felt that happy in forever. It's like, you guys know I don't post my girlfriends online because people are crazy. People ruin it. They absolutely ruin it without a doubt. The first thing is, no, she is not a feeder. People think that she's a feeder, and she's definitely not that. Like, yes, she has a specific type, but I'm letting you guys know that like every single person that I've been in a relationship with, everyone that you guys have known, they said that they prefer girls my size. That is a thing that all of my partners have had in common. I think that I don't know if I would ever actually be in a relationship with someone who didn't prefer bigger girls, because it's like, I am really big, and I wouldn't see someone who prefers like smaller girls to be in a relationship with me. That probably would never happen. So 9 times out of 10, when someone my size is in a relationship, it's more than likely because I am that person's type. Something about how years ago my girlfriend had a wife and they were trying to like get money. No, my girlfriend has never had a wife. She doesn't have a wife. She's actually not the one that you should be worried about having a wife, but we won't go into that. She's never asked anyone for money. She has a full-time job. She actually has a really great life. She's never asked me for money. She was here for 4 days and she bought majority of everything for us. And it's just like, people think that she's using me for money. Nope. She's extremely independent, and I find that to be pretty attractive, not gonna lie. There's this one thing that's floating around of this girl saying how like my girlfriend messaged her, you know, weeks ago. It wasn't weeks ago, it was months ago. It was even before me and my girlfriend even started talking. And that literally means nothing to me. Like, yes, people have a past. Like, I was in a whole ass relationship before I met this girl. Like, there is a such thing as like flirting and dating around and like trying to find your person. Like, I will never judge her for that. I think that's just, it's really weird that that would even be like a topic of discussion of like, oh my god, Amberlynn's girlfriend has talked to other girls in the past. Like, duh.
Fast forward to July 27th. Amberlynn posts a video on her channel again called It's Over. And this was about how her and Tommy had broken up, which was not surprising to, I think, literally anybody, because this really did like spiral out of control. All these rumors and everything. Amberlynn said in this video that the audience doesn't know the full story and that hers and Tommy's mental health were severely affected by all of this stuff coming out. Again, this was also very much an Amberlynn like lecturing her audience kind of video as well.
Hi guys, I look like crap because I feel like crap. I really don't even know what to say, but like, you guys don't know the full story at all, and I think that's like the hardest part of this whole thing is like, there is a big part of this story missing, but I'm never going to sit there and talk about other people's personal things because that's not me, that's not who I am. But because of this, me and now my ex, we are not together anymore, and this has left her like debilitated. Like, literally, like, her mental health has gone down so much. To see people say things that are not true at all, like, it's not surprising. That's literally what people do. That's what they've done my whole freaking YouTube career. And all of these people who act like they care about me and they're worried about me, bull. Like, you guys have never wanted to see me happy. There are so many of you who love to see me miserable, and you're getting that. You won again. You literally won again. That has nothing to do with me and everything to do with so many of you. It makes me want to just fucking disappear. You guys have no idea. Like, if you guys knew the full story, you'd be like, oh, wait a minute. But you don't, and you'll never know. But like, to find out all this fucking shit and then make your own narrative with it and say that I'm in danger, you guys have no idea what you're talking about. I had a future planned, and I was happy, and I was so fucking happy and so loved. And now we aren't together anymore because, like, her mental health comes first and her safety comes first. I've never felt so loved before. And to have that taken from me because of people who actually hate me and that actually want to see me miserable, they don't care. Like, they don't care. It's all just for fucking show and for drama and people monetizing and making money. Like, it's not fair. I'm realizing, like, people just want to ruin my life, and it worked. So people literally just don't think before they post. They're fucking just hungry for the next drama, the next thing to make me look bad or to make someone I love look bad. Like, it's just the worst feeling in the world to go from being so fucking happy and like so sure of my feelings and my future, to have that just ripped away from me over something that I didn't even do. Like, that's like the hardest part.
And I should say that after this video was posted, a lot of people did not believe that they actually broke up, which, spoiler alert, they did not. At least that not for very long they didn't break up, because on August 3rd was when Amberlynn reposted that original reel that I showed, and she and Tommy have been co-posting on Instagram like ever since. All this like kind of ended on Amberlynn's channel for a while on July 27th, okay? So now we're gonna fast forward to July 29th. Enter Mr. Snowflake, okay? So if you don't know who Mr. Snowflake is, this is him, this is he. He is a very popular creator on this platform who does literally like feature-length videos on Amberlynn and other people on the internet, but I think his videos on Amberlynn are mainly the reason why he has the platform he has today, because this man goes in, okay? Like, you think I do my research on stuff? He's a whole other level, all right? Mr. Snowflake on July 29th posted a video speculating that Tommy and Valentine, Amberlynn's ex before Tommy, because they got together very quickly after Amberlynn and Valentine broke up, mind you, he speculated that Tommy and Valentine were the same person. And if this was true, that would mean that Tommy was a horrible person, given the timeline of like their partner, their fiance passing away and all of that. Like, it was messy. It was messy, okay? It would have been messy if this was true. We find out that it's not, but we're gonna get to that in a second. Following this video, we're now at July 30th, following the Mr. Snowflake video, because that kind of caused a ruckus, right, in the community again, because he posted some kind of damning evidence proving that this might be true. Amberlynn posted a video called "This Has Gone Way Too Far." And in this video, she talks about her relationship with Valentine and reveals that Valentine's name was Erica, and that Erica had a wife during the time that they were together. Insane. So she also shows screenshots for some reason in this video. I don't really know what they were meant to prove, but she showed them, so they were there. But she also threatens to like not do YouTube anymore, but we all knew that was not going to happen. And by dropping Erica's name, which I personally believe was like doxing Erica, because Amberlynn knows. She knows how the community surrounding her channel works. She knows that with a breadcrumb of information, people who watch her channel, who have way too much time on their hands, will go find what they can about somebody with that breadcrumb of evidence, let alone their name, their first name, right? I really think that her giving her audience Valentine's name was a way to get the internet off of Tommy's tail, because it was also coming out around this time that nobody really believed that they actually broke up and that she was lying about it, which was true. So Valentine has now been named as Erica. This video is also the first time which Amberlynn brings up her BPD as a crutch and as an excuse for bad behavior in all of this, which we will see her do many more times as this whole saga progresses. So after Amberlynn essentially, like I said, doxed Erica, I think, just given the way her community works, Erica and her wife Brittany reached out to a reaction channel to share their side of the story on July 31st. So enter Erica and Brittany, and then enter Oh Lordy, It's Jordy, and enter Apathetic Facts. I don't have a photo for Apathetic Facts, but that channel also plays a big role in this as well. Brittany is here, Erica / Valentine, this lady right here, okay? So Erica and Brittany went live with Oh Lordy, It's Jordy on his channel to talk about their experiences with Amberlynn. And Brittany, and they also spoke to another like popular compilation, reaction, not really reaction, but just compilation channel, Apathetic Facts, about all of this. And honestly, I'm most likely going to use mostly clips from Apathetic Facts' channel, because Jordy's live streams are like 4 hours long. But I just wanted him to be on the board because he really kind of helped blow the lid off of all of this after Erica's name was given to people, to Amberlynn's audience. A lot of little details came out in these interviews with voice memos with Erica, and but the most important part of all of this is that we found out that Amberlynn knew that Erica was married the whole time that she and Erica were together. Erica says that her messaging Amberlynn started off as a troll with her and her wife, but then it got out of control.
I want to say how this all started was me and Brittany were sitting in bed, and we saw one of Amberlynn's posts talking about masculine women. And Brittany looked at me and I looked at her and I was like, what if I messaged her? Right? So our first message was, I was like, I think I said like masculine women ? Or something like that. And she messaged me back, and we were messaging for a while, back and forth, just like talking. And then, of course it started becoming a problem, between Brittany and I, because I was like, apparently, I guess her true colors were showing, whatever. She did ask if I was with anyone, and so I had talked to Brittany, and I was like, what should I tell her? And Brittany was like, tell her that, like, we're still technically married, but that, you know, we aren't, like, technically together, but we're, like, by law still married. So I gave her that story, and rode with it for a while. And of course I do deserve this backlash that I'm getting, because I trolled her for a while, and just kind of like get like a kick out of it, you know, whatever. It's Amberlynn Reid. I wasn't a big fan of her for a very long time, and she does know. I openly told her, Amberlynn, that, you know, I used to watch her and I disliked her extremely at one point. And of course she wasn't too fond of that. So the conversation continued, and then it got, you know, kind of out of hand.
And Erica said that she started off with Amberlynn by telling Amberlynn that she and her wife were still very much together legally, like married legally, but they were only together for like tax and financial reasons, which is something that some people do. But she also mentions, Erica also mentions at the time, that Amberlynn was also talking to a girl named Danielle at the same time of talking to Erica, who was also married, and talking to another girl on top of Danielle and Erica named Abby. And as a side note, Abby was 20 years old when Amberlynn was in her 30s, which is not illegal, but it's weird.
So also, I'd like to point out that while I was talking to Amberlynn, she was talking to a girl named Danielle that was also married. I don't know like the full details behind that whole situation. I just know that I was kind of like the back burner person of this whole triangle that she had going on. Like, she was talking to another girl named Abby, and then she was telling me about her friend named Alexis, and then she was telling me about Danielle and how she was crazy over her and blah blah blah.
This is like a personal anecdote, like watching these interviews and like hearing these voice memos and stuff with Erica, and then watching when Erica and Brittany are doing interviews and stuff together, the way that Erica's tone shifts when talking about certain things in regards to Amberlynn, when it's just her versus when it is her and her wife both talking about it, leads me to believe that maybe Erica's wife Brittany was not as clued in to the extent of Amberlynn and Erica's relationship as she thought she was, personally, because in later videos or in later live streams, which we'll get to, Amberlynn does mention that Erica is a cheater. So, that all being said, Erica has very much owned up by saying that she knows that she's not in the right here, which was very relieving for me to hear.
Because I'm the piece of crap in this situation. Like, my wife should not be getting any of this backlash. If anybody should get backlash, it should be me. I just don't want, like, yeah, I'm freaking freaked out by the Kiwi Farm people and Reddit and all these haters. Like, hey, I was one of them, and I did something stupid, and I misjudged her, and I was, you know, I don't want to say she casted a spell on me, but she, like, you know, it was almost like manipulation at its finest. And I will say that woman is a professional. There was times where I was like questioning my reality, like, what the fuck is going on, because of the things that we would talk about. Yeah, that was the gist of our relationship. We FaceTimed, we talked, we sent pictures, whatever. She knew where I was. She asked where I was going.
And then also little tidbits of drama and tea also came out in these interviews about, like, during like other things regarding Amberlynn and things that have gone on her channel, but that just aren't really important to the like in regards to this whole timeline. So we're just gonna not talk about those. I will say that Erica and Brittany both also mentioned how manipulative and controlling Amberlynn was during this time, or during the course of Amberlynn and Erica's relationship, which we'll circle back to later.
So we kept talking. She started becoming really possessive. She started, you know, talking about Brittany, how I always choose her first, and that I won't be her girlfriend, and I wouldn't choose her. And so on, I think it was like Valentine's Day or whatever, she was giving me a hard time about it, and it more so felt forced, and that was through text. So if she tries to show those texts, you'll see that was a forced agreement for me and her to be in a relationship. And so I was like, so what would this relationship be? And she was like, just more loyal, more communication, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay, I can deal with that, you know, whatever. And that was where it came about. We continued talking, and things got more and more in depth with each other. And I was actually starting to second guess, like, her as a person. You know, maybe the haters are wrong, you know, maybe she isn't a bad person, because the side that I saw of her wasn't the person that I saw on YouTube. Like, the side she gave of me was different. So I don't know if that's like manipulation or if that's masking. I don't know. I'm not very good with psychology. Even though I should be well-rounded in it, I'm not. And things got out of hand. So we would talk. We FaceTimed. Anytime I looked off, like I was looking at my phone, she would always question me. She was like wanting me to send screenshots of like my inbox and my text messages and stuff, and like who I'm talking to and things of that nature. Like, she was kind of becoming possessive, and she was questioning me all the time. So, you know, she was like, why don't you leave the house, go to the store or something so you can call me? And I'm like, no, like, my wife has 360. So me and my wife have 360, and we know where each other are at any given time. So, you know, it's not like I'm running around doing crazy stuff. So she made the comment saying, I need you to put me on Life 360. So I was like, no, not going to do that. A couple weeks go by, and she's still pestering me about it. And I agreed to it, and like an idiot. And she was Googling every address I would go to, finding out, yeah. She was always questioning me. She would ask me, when was the last time I kissed my wife? I need to tell her every time I kiss my wife. I need to tell her every time I have sex with my wife. Because she eventually found out that me and my wife were not, like, technically married, that we were married, and we did have an active relationship, and that we had been together for a long time, and that we were, you know, affectionate, you know, everything like that. And she was upset about it, of course, but, you know, she forgave me. And, you know, I was upset for, like, hurting her feelings, of course, because, you know, she cried about it. She was hurt by it, and, you know, people crying upsets me. And so I was like, you know.
But yeah, so Erica is Valentine. They have come out with Oh Lordy It's Jordy, Apathetic Facts, and I think that's it, telling their side of Erica's relationship with Amberlynn. August 1st. Okay, I'm gonna start putting the dates like up here because I don't have room on here anymore. Amberlynn began her most recent live stream era, which we all hate. Okay, they're not fun. They're so long and they're so boring. But she started off with a live stream called My Side of the Story. And in this live stream, Amber says that the only reason she named Erica on her channel was because, quote, a family was being harassed because people thought Valentine was someone she wasn't, meaning I'm assuming at this point she was referencing because of the Mr. Snowflake video.
I want to make it like very clear that like the only reason why I ever said Erica's name is because like a family was being like harassed because people thought like Valentine was someone that she wasn't.
And so she had to do something to stop it, which apparently the only way to do that was doxing Erica. So there's that. This was also where the term homewrecker Lynn was born. So we got that, which I think is hilarious personally.
I know a lot of people will be calling me a homewrecker. I get it. Like homewrecker Lynn.
Amberlynn said that Erica had told her that Erica and her wife had an understanding in regards to them seeing other people, and that she 100% knows that Erica fell in love with Amberlynn, regardless of the fact that Erica maintains that it was a troll the whole time.
When me and her first started talking, she told me that she was married, but she was married for financial reasons, and that they were in an open marriage, and that her wife didn't even live with her. Her wife was living with her partner, like her other partner that she was in a relationship with. I thought Erica would always like just be like, me and my wife have an understanding. That was always her like go-to, was me and my wife have an understanding with each other. So anyways, it was like in December when I told Erica for the first time that I loved her, and I was drunk when I said it, like, but it opened up a whole other freaking thing for Erica and I because of that one moment. So this whole time I still thought she was in a open marriage. So an open marriage means like y'all make your own rules, like you're seeing other people. So I assumed that Erica's wife was living with her partner. I also assumed that Erica was super unhappy with her wife, and Erica made me believe, like, she would say things like, I haven't felt this way in over a decade. Like, you opened something inside of me that, like, I didn't even know was there. Like, Brittany and Erica said that they messaged me as a troll in the beginning. I don't even know if I fully believe that it started as a troll. I don't know. Maybe it did, but the fact is, Erica fell in love with me. Erica was going to move in with me, and she is downplaying everything that happened, especially after February 14th when she asked me to be her girlfriend.
She also admitted that even after she found out that Brittany, Erica's wife, would feel betrayed knowing about Erica's relationship with Amberlynn, that Amberlynn still stayed in the relationship with Erica Valentine regardless. And she does say that it's wrong, so I was happy to hear that, but still, she stayed in this relationship with a fully married woman.
I would have video, I don't know what you guys want to call it. She was sending me sexual videos and photos. I was sending her sexual videos and photos. We were getting very close in that way. Like, I love you and I can see myself being with you forever. Like, you make me so happy. Like, you are my world. Like, you are my baby. I am obsessed with you. Like, so one of the videos that Erica sent me, that was a sexual video. I saw her wife's slipper in her foot right next to Erica. Let me rewatch this video. The first question I asked her was, are you and your wife actually in an open marriage? Or if she finds out that you have a whole ass girlfriend, is she gonna feel betrayed? And she said, I'm actually not in an open relationship. I have an actual real marriage. Me and Erica first started talking in September. Didn't even know she was actually married until I'll say like a month later. Not really sure on the timeline there. But I didn't even find out that like it was a real true marriage until months after, like I would say like 2 months after we started dating. This is where I'm in the wrong. I stayed with Erica when she said that she was in a marriage and that her wife would feel betrayed if she found out. I stayed with her. It was June 9th, her uncle died. Erica and I are in a fully like committed relationship. And then by the fucking time you told me that you're in a real life marriage, I was too fucked up to say bye. Like, I hate more than anything blaming my BPD. I get a favorite person. Erica was that for me. Brittany is no victim. She told Erica to troll her. Yeah, but that troll fell in love with the Amberlynn Reid. I don't know what to tell you about it. Like, she got to know the real me, and she liked her, I guess.
Another important part of this live stream is that Amberlynn's friend Alexis was on FaceTime with her during this whole live stream as her, quote, emotional support animal.
Alexis, okay, let's be so for real. Alexis is on my FaceTime right now, emotional support animal. You guys would be obsessed with her and love her so much. And I know a large part of you just want to hate anyone who loves me. Like, Erica has a side to her that is scary. Like,
I literally told you not to date her.
oh wait, say how scary?
She says the worst things you could possibly say to another human being, especially someone you're supposed to love.
So, okay,
I think you should stop.
crying?
No, responding to stupid comments. Someone asking you if you're getting high, like, come on.
Oh, okay, thank you, YouTube manager.
And that she's also drinking throughout the entirety of all of these live streams that are to follow this original one, as well as this original one. She claims that she cannot do these live streams without drinking, which, like, if you can't do your job without drinking, that's a little concerning, personally, to me. Enter Buzzballs, okay? And enter Alexis. I'm gonna put Alexis here, okay? Alexis. Amberlynn also accuses Erica of being scary, and Alexis chimes in and says that she agrees with Amberlynn about Erica being scary. And Amberlynn also uses her BPD as a excuse for a lot of her behavior during this time, which, like I said, she does a lot throughout this whole saga. Okay, so August 2nd, Amberlynn returned to a live stream and confirmed that she and Tommy are still together and that they didn't break up, or that they did break up for a very brief period, but like nobody really knows for sure. I really don't think they broke up. That they are still together. And this whole live on August 2nd was basically just her talking about how happy she is and how she's still losing weight and how Tommy isn't a feeder and whatever. She says that Tommy and her late fiance only did that kind of content online for money, but I don't believe that's the full story, because if you go look at it's like, I don't know, man. I don't know.
I am with Tommy still. Not like physically, which is unfortunate, because trust, I would love that. We genuinely make each other happy. So it's like, why break up when you genuinely like love someone? Tommy is not a fear at all. And I got permission to share like why certain photos were online. So when Tommy was with her late fiance, they were long distance and they wanted to see each other more often. And to do so, they found a way to like make money. It was never like out of like a like ill intent type of thing.
On August 2nd, after Amberlynn has confirmed that she and Tommy are still together, Alexis, this hoe goes rogue, okay? She goes rogue because she posts a TikTok on her TikTok where she used to defend Amberlynn a lot, saying her or me, and then clarifies that it is for sure not about Alexis and her partner. Because then on August 3rd, Alexis posts another TikTok that read, "I just want to publicly announce that I've ended my friendship with Amberlynn. If she wants to stay with Tommy, that's fine. I refuse to sit around and watch what will happen if she continues having a relationship with her. This was an extremely hard decision for me to make, but unfortunately, this is just what's best for me. Amberlynn, I hope you understand." So also on August 3rd, following all these TikToks from Alexis, Amberlynn went live again saying how she wanted to talk to Alexis privately, but that Alexis wanted to do it publicly. And during this whole thing, Alexis says she wants to do it publicly because she doesn't think that Amberlynn will take accountability if they talk privately, which I think is an interesting point. This live stream is also where Amberlynn starts using the word hectic incorrectly, and oh my god, is it obnoxious. Holy shit. That's like the most annoying part of this whole thing to me. Was Amberlynn's incorrect use of the term hectic, okay?
I thought that was like hectic. I'm not gonna lie. That's pretty hectic and open. I'm not gonna be TMI. I'll calm down. I'm not gonna be hectic. That's hectic. Like, that's hectic. This is hectic. Like, that's hectic.
Alexis and Amberlynn wind up having a phone call on live, and it doesn't go super well. So I'll put clips of that here.
It's like, I want to talk to her like privately, but she wants to do it publicly. Alexis, you hurt my feelers.
You hurt mine sometimes too.
My question is like, why did you have to do this like publicly? That's the part. Like, this is a lot. So what was the point of this then? Like,
because I wanted to speak to you on a public platform where you could be accountable and you could just say whatever you wanted out of emotion or out of the heat of the moment.
Well, I have BPD. I have a lot of emotions right now.
So do I.
I don't even know how I'm like actually doing this.
I don't use that as an excuse. I do too. I don't use it as an excuse.
So you did all this. Okay.
What? Say it.
What's the next step in this like situation?
Dude, I don't know.
Like, I just want you to be happy for me. Like, you see me happy. So it's like, I want you to be happy for me. Like, I would have never done that to somebody.
So after this live stream on August 6th, Alexis, this hoe goes rogue again, okay? Alexis took to YouTube and started doing Q&As, answering questions from her TikTok comments, where she starts dishing a lot of hot gossip about Amber and what she knew about certain things from Amber's life and past. Prior to this YouTube video, Alexis also posted another TikTok saying, quote, "I wonder how a certain someone would feel if they knew that another certain someone sent me nudes last week when they were supposedly happy and in love." Tea. Anyways, in this first YouTube video, Alexis speculates that she thinks Amberlynn was only taking her weight loss seriously because at the time when she was on Ozempic, she was seeing Erica. And Erica, she's yoked, okay? If you see photos of her, this woman is jacked. So, Erica cares about her health and fitness, so Alexis was speculating that Amberlynn was really only taking her health seriously during the time that she was with Erica Valentine, because Erica Valentine also took her health very seriously.
Was Amber actually taking weight loss seriously for once, and did Emily possibly make her stop doing that? I do believe that Amber was trying to take weight loss seriously, but unfortunately, I do think it was because she was talking to Erica, and Erica takes her own weight loss and fitness journey very seriously. I also don't believe that Tommy ever specifically told Amberlynn to stop semaglutide. I just think that Amberlynn knows her preference, and if she doesn't have to put in the work, she won't.
But now Alexis thinks that because Tommy isn't really putting the pressure on her to take her weight loss seriously, because Tommy likes bigger women, that Amberlynn just really doesn't care anymore. That's Alexis's speculation. A lot of Alexis's videos are purely speculation, and I'm gonna put my thoughts about Alexis's videos in a little bit. But yeah, so that's what Alexis was speculating. Alexis also says that the quote absolutely vile thing that Tommy said to Amberlynn was that Tommy would rather unalive herself to go be with her late fiance, like an argument with Amberlynn, which is like such a manipulative thing to say. So yeah.
What was the absolutely vile thing that Emily said to Amber? Do you think she encouraged her late partner's when she told Amberlynn that she would rather not to be on this earth anymore, so that she could be with her late fiance? Also, from my understanding, her late fiance passed away due to getting pneumonia. And I'm not gonna lie, that kind of makes me nervous, because if Amberlynn doesn't get the help that she has always needed, I do fear that something as small, well, not small, but you know, something like pneumonia could also be the reason for her passing away.
On August 7th, Alexis came out with another video in which she drops the lore that I didn't even know existed. I don't think a lot of people knew this existed, about Crumble Cookie Gate. So enter Crumble Cookie, okay? And I have a crumble box, but you can't really see it anymore. But I had it, and I ate the cookies, and they were really good. Anyways, Alexis states that Amberlynn made a video for Erica Valentine in which she seductively ate a crumble cookie. Okay, all right. And I'll put the clip of Alexis talking about that right here because it's a lot.
The next topic I would like to discuss is the infamous Crumble Cookie Gate of 2024. This comment talks about, oh lordy, it's Jordy's live stream, and how I had made a comment in his live stream saying that my thumbnail was a clip from a video that Amberlynn had personally sent me. The video starts off by her basically saying, okay, babe, like, this is a video just for you. And this was made for Erica, her former partner, aka Valentine. And the video initially starts out with her clothed and just kind of like eating the cookie and reviewing it. And then it very quickly turns into her shirtless, still with a bra on, but her shirtless and kind of getting like a little crazy, like having a little crazy moment with the crumble cookie. There is a portion of the video where Amberlynn is shirtless and essentially just kind of like groping herself. Shirt off, bra off, cookie down. It was kind of a cinematic masterpiece, I'm not gonna lie to you, but disturbing nonetheless. And when she sent me this video, she literally made me FaceTime her to see my reaction and then proceeded to ask me if I liked it. And this all happened, mind you, on July 31st. So very much while she was still supposedly so in love with Emily/Tommy. So in love, but still sending essentially soft to your best friend. Unsolicited, because I did not and would not ask for that.
And so then Amberlynn responded to this in a live stream and fully owned up to this happening?
I want to give like a story time of this like what's it called, crumble cookies type deal, because it's just it needs to be said, because why not? And you know what? I'm not ashamed. It is what it is. I did what I did, and I just want to like explain myself. Why is Erica gonna freak? It's my story, right? My story to tell, something I did. Well, I said it to Alexis. I'm going to explain everything right here. Okay, so when me and Erica were together, obviously, like when you're in a long distance relationship, like you have to like spice things up. You have to be like creative. And Erica really enjoyed when I would send her seductive situation type deals. Okay, so how it all started though was I was like washing the dishes, and I just got done washing the dishes, and I was like, she was like, so what are you doing? And I was like, just got done washing the dishes. And she goes, oh, I wish I could see you wash the dishes. And I was like, that's random. And she was like, without your shirt on. And I was like, oh. And I had this like image in my brain, and I was like, wait, I think I have an idea. And then at the same time, she messaged me and goes, send me a video of you washing the dishes without your shirt on. And I said, okay, I have an idea. So I created this like video of me washing the dishes, and I put some music with it, and it was like seductive. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like if I had an OF, it would pop off on her. So after I sent her that, she was like, whoa, I love that so much. Like, I need you to get creative with other things. So we thought about like me getting creative with like me doing Legos. It was just like a seductive, creative masterpiece. Okay. So something about Erica is she loves a crumble cookie, or a cookie crumbles, or whatever the hell it's called. She loves those. So every week she would get a new flavor. And one week she was like, oh my God, the banana split is like so good. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. And just like repeatedly, she was like, you need to try this, you need to try this, you need to try this. So I was like, okay. So I wanted to film like a taste test for her. So I put 2 and 2 together, and I was like, okay, Erica loves to watch my YouTube, loves when I do like a taste test. Why don't I put that in a video just specifically for her? But then why don't I make it also kind of sexy like I did with like the dishes video? And it had nothing to do with like feederism, no, because I was doing it with like other activities in my life. And this one just happened to be with a cookie. It's nothing hectic, I promise. Like I would show you guys if YouTube wouldn't like, I don't know, it's actually not that bad. It's not like some crazy thing. So anyways, I came up with an idea of doing like a taste test, and then in like the middle of it, making it look like a fantasy. It's a lot, I know, but I did it. It was personal and private to me and someone I was in a relationship with.
Which I was like, all right, whatever, do your thing, you know? This is about all I'm going to cover in terms of what Alexis has talked about on her channel in regards to Amberlynn and her thoughts and opinions on Amberlynn's life and things like that, because I honestly don't feel comfortable sharing more clips than this, because I really don't think a lot of what Alexis is talking about is Alexis's story to tell. She talks a lot about Amberlynn and Wifey's relationship, and very flippantly about DV allegations between the two, which I really don't think is Alexis's story to share. Along with just a lot of like general speculation about things that I'm not sure Alexis fully knows what she's talking about when it comes to these things. Because yeah, she also just seems bitter about a lot of things, one of which is including that Amber didn't help her financially when Alexis was struggling and working like 3 jobs or whatever. And also a lot of her takes in regards to partners and stuff like that aren't Tommy. I fully understand the reason why Amberlynn, or why Alexis kind of ditched Amber as a friend after the Tommy thing, because Amberlynn very much like did not listen to Alexis with her concerns. A lot of the other opinions that Alexis has very much come off as like a scorned lover. Because speaking of that, Alexis does confirm that her and Amberlynn had considered making their relationship more than just a friendship, but ultimately they decided not to. But judging by the way Alexis talks about certain things in regards to this, I'm not so sure that she's not a scorned love interest, if I'm being honest with you. And also, Alexis also claims that Amberlynn had asked Alexis to find out all of Jordy's, the reaction channel's, personal information because Amberlynn was afraid that Jordy was stalking her because she saw a car with plates that matched where Jordy was from. So naturally, that's the conclusion to come to, right? For me, I think because Alexis has been around for like the whole Erica Valentine saga and the Tommy mess, I'm more inclined to believe what she says about those two things. than anything else that she talks about, really. But I will say that the statements regarding Amberlynn's treatment of wifey do kind of come back into play now, because on August 16th, Amberlynn's ex, Beck, popped out of nowhere and decided to use Karina Kaboom's platform to speak out on their experiences dating Amberlynn. Enter Beck. I'm just putting them over everybody because she's a cutie patootie. And enter Karina Kaboom, the Kermit, okay? Over the course of Amberlynn's time on the internet, her treatment of her partners has been called into question quite often. Mr. Snowflake does a really good job of outlining all of this in his various videos, and even in this whole fiasco, we've seen Erica Valentine, who is now behind Beck, sorry, and her wife say that Amberlynn was manipulative and controlling. And we've also heard allegations from Alexis in pertaining to how Amberlynn treated her other ex-wifey. So Beck choosing to come forward now was kind of like the icing on this shitstorm of a cake. And I'm so proud of Beck for coming to do this. Also, just a side note before I start talking about this, I want to say that Beck is now engaged to a new girl who is beautiful. Oh my god, she's stunning. Also, apparently rumors that she was like a Hater Nation member before dating Beck. I don't know, whatever. I didn't dig too deep into that. But Aunt Beck sounds so like warm and content and happy in the voice memos that they sent Karina, and it genuinely made me like so happy to hear them talk like that and them seem like very content. If you're not sure what I'm talking about in any of this, go watch. Karina covers it in her videos with Beck, these videos that I'm about to talk about, but I also talk about it in my Amberlynn history lesson video. There is just a lot of evidence of the mistreatment, I will say, at the mouth of Amberlynn. And Beck was very open about being like traumatized from their experiences dating Amberlynn. I was very happy to hear and see Beck was doing so well now. But in the two videos on Karina's channel, Beck confirms that Amberlynn never paid Beck for their participation in their post-breakup live streams that they did together, which with that, basically Amberlynn publicly in a live stream promised to pay Beck for participating in live streams after the two of them had broken up, but it was heavily speculated that she never did that, and Beck confirmed that she never did in these videos.
What do I think of Amber calling me money hungry and trying to capitalize on my live streams? That's what she was doing with me, like the whole time I was being used for live streams. And that ties into the next question. Did I ever get paid from the live streams I did with her? No, I didn't. No, I didn't. Because she said that all of that money had to go toward all the bills. I don't even know how much she got. I have no idea. I don't even know how much I was supposed to get, if I was supposed to get half. I have no idea. I was just told, you do these live streams with me, you'll get money. But then she was like, you got to pay bills. So no, I didn't see anything from it. I think whenever we broke up and I moved out, I think she gave me like $100 to $200, and that's how I ended up getting the U-Haul. I think something like that.
Beck said that the straw that broke the camel's back when it came to ending their relationship with Amber was Amber had impersonated Beck in a group chat with Beck's long-term friends at the time, Eric and Ricky, so that she could see what they were saying about her, basically.
When did I realize you needed to end things with Amber? What was the final straw in the relationship? There was one day where she had started pretending to be me in text messages because I had a group message with Eric and Ricky that we had had for years. And we had had it long before I'd even known who Amber was. And she was mad that she wasn't added to that one, and that she had been added to a new one that we created for all four of us. And so she was pretending to be me, asking for her to be put in our old friend group one from years ago. And they automatically knew that it wasn't me, but they could tell that it was her. And me and her just got into a big argument about that. And it was so bad that we just ended up going to sleep. We were in the living room. I was on one chair and she was on the couch. And we went to sleep for a really long time. And when we woke up, we started fighting again. And then I ended up going to my family's that weekend. And that's whenever I decided that I didn't want to continue being in this toxic relationship anymore. That I know I was so worried about what would happen to her, who would take care of her, who would take care of the animals. That's why I stayed so long. I was just so concerned with, you know, I did care about this person. This was my friend. These animals, I did love these animals. I felt an obligation to take care of them. And I guess it also tied into my trauma of just needing to feel needed. And I think that was also why I even stayed, because I also just felt like this person had nobody else and I didn't deserve better. So that's why I stayed as long as I did.
Beck also said that their family like kind of held an intervention with them about needing to end their relationship with Beck or with Amberlynn. And Beck also said that the reason they stayed for so long was because they were worried about who would take care of, one, Amber, but two, the animals.
Well, I've talked about why Amber and I broke up, but there were other times where we tried to break up, and it was me trying to break up with her, and she would argue with me and beg me and exhaust me until I would just give in and stay. That happened a few different times. And there was a few different times that people in my life tried to get me to leave her. My family had an intervention with me. They took me to a park and was like, you know, we are begging you to leave her. You are different. You aren't the same Beck that we used to know. We're worried about you. We just don't think this is a healthy relationship. And I was just so depressed at that point. I didn't care about myself. I didn't care about anything. I felt stuck. I felt it's what I deserved. I felt like I had nowhere to go if I were to leave. I don't know. There were many factors as to why, but my family did do an intervention with me.
And because Beck confirmed that Amberlynn doesn't really take care of her animals the way that she should, and Alexis also confirmed this in a Q&A, saying that the only time she walks Twinkie, that the only time Amberlynn walks Twinkie is when she's like going to get a DoorDash order, which I don't know if that's true or if it's just a troll, but I honestly am inclined to believe it. Beck also said that they tried to break up with Amber multiple times throughout the course of their relationship, but that Amberlynn would essentially would argue with Beck and essentially like break Beck down into changing their mind. So Beck said that Amberlynn would also set timers for how long they could hang out with their friends, and when they had to go back to Amberlynn. And Beck also said that Amberlynn did similar things with Beck's time being able to spend time with their family, and more importantly, their sick mother, who then passed away later.
And there were also times when I would be hanging out with Eric and Ricky playing video games, and Amber would set timers for when I had to be back to hang out with her or do things for her. And I was always spending time with her. It was, you know, just every now and then I would go hang out with Eric and Ricky. And Amber would be invited too, but she would not choose to hang out with us. And then make it a point to set a timer for whenever I had to be back.
Amberlynn followed up these videos in a live stream after drinking one buzzball before she came on live and then nursing another one throughout the stream. And Amberlynn said that she has a lot of thoughts and feelings about Beck's allegations in these videos, but that she wouldn't be vocalizing them. She does say that she did pay Beck for the live streams, and that while she didn't set a physical timer for Beck to hang out with their friends or whatever, that she very much asked them to be back at a certain time or come back within a certain time frame to be with Amberlynn again. Amberlynn said that this whole thing was like really triggering for her, and for that I'm like, is it triggering for you, or is it just difficult to talk about because you were an asshole and you don't want to come to terms with the fact that you were an asshole?
What do you have to say about Beck's accusations? So, I have a lot of feelings, I have a lot of thoughts, and I'm not going to be vocalizing any of them. Like the whole thing with Beck is somewhat triggering. I'm not going to lie. So that I'm just not going to be able to speak on. The only thing I've heard about what Beck has said has been strictly grapevine stuff, because I cannot and will not watch any of it. I literally can't, so I'm not going to. So I've only been hearing like through other people and such. So did you really set a timer? I did a couple times. Yes. I wouldn't say a timer. I feel like that's extreme, but I would say, can you come back up here in like an hour? I would. That's not okay. I know. And that's like how I know, like, I genuinely, like, as a human being, have just improved and become such a better person since being in my 20s. Like, genuinely. Oh, it's 100% crazy behavior. Are you joking me? Are you actually joking me? Yes. What was your reasoning for setting a timer? I don't remember ever like setting a timer, but I did like say, can you come back up here? Can you come back, hang out with me like in an hour or whatever? And it's genuinely because I did not want to be alone. Yes, it was controlling. Absolutely.
Right. And I think it was Zachary Michael who said this, but Amber has talked a lot about how 2019 Amberlynn was like one of the worst times of her life in terms of her weight, her health, her content, all of that, and her behavior. First and foremost. And during that time was when she was with Beck. And so like Beck was having to be there for her during what she says herself was one of the worst times of her adult life and when she was miserable. And so like I don't understand how she doesn't get it. Well, I mean, I get it, like, because I don't think Amberlynn's very considerate of people and other people's feelings in her life, but like I don't understand how she could not understand how Beck could have some feelings and trauma surrounding the treatment from Amberlynn at that time. You know what I mean? And I think it was Zachary Michael that brought up that thought originally, but I was like, yeah, same bestie, like I'm agreeing with you here, so I wanted to put it in here. The rest of this stream is basically just her defending Tommy and talking about Alexis and saying she doesn't want to feed into the tea anymore. And yeah, that's where we're at. I was in just like this stream of consciousness and now I'm like, oh, I'm done. So yeah, that's where we're at. Hopefully this helped. Like I said, I'm sure I have missed some things, but I mainly just wanted to create a like bird's eye comprehensive timeline of everything that has unfolded over the course of the like pretty much the whole month of August. Because this has been hectic. Okay? I think I've gossiped for just long enough. I've been going for 52 minutes. I could go on for longer if I'm being honest. But leave a cat emoji if you made it this far. And also leave any other comments, thoughts, or feelings or concerns that you have down below. This kind of video was very fun for me, so let me know if you want me to continue doing more videos like this. I've been wanting to start covering like smaller niche dramas and stuff that happen online that may not be within like fat activism or girl world or things like that, because I am in so many corners of the internet and I have so many thoughts and opinions. So like if you do want that, let me know, because I have this now. So and I want to use it. So yeah, that's all I have to say for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to be kind to yourself, be kind to others, drink your water, take your meds, and I will see you in the next one. Okay, bye.